Hey, welcome back. We're going to be looking at creating value with oil pastel. Slightly different than the chalk. Let's check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a monochromatic sphere. With your oil pastels, just like the chalk, if you've got extra paper around the tool, just get rid of that from the beginning so it doesn't get in the way. So with the oil pastels, I like to start with the medium value. Oil pastels, fragile, push too hard. They're like very soft crayons, so they're waxy. Oil and chalk pastels do not blend well together. It's like oil paint and acrylic. You do separate paintings for each media, but you can do oil on top of acrylic once it dries, but not mixing them together while they're wet. And for my highlight, I'm going to press firmly with the white in a circular motion, and then I'm going to lift my pressure and actually use the tool to blend the white into the blue. Okay. Push a little harder here. As you see, I'm using this brown paper. It's really dark, so you can really see the texture of the paper through the tool. I'm going to do some darker blue down here. And again, I'm using the tool to pick up. Okay, I'm lifting pressure, so I'm just gently blending this dark blue into that lighter blue. Then I'm going to push harder down here around the bottom edge. And then again, adjusting my pressure to make that edge disappear. I want gradient. I don't want hard edges. I'm shading for depth. Okay. And then get my black here. And you want to get rid of any excess paper that might get in your way. All the way up to the edge. Again, this black is super overpowering. I'm going to bring a little bit of the black into the core shadow, but not too much, before I start blending the blue back on top of the black. And you see, I'm using little circular strokes. You can experiment with your stroke, but if you do little strokes, it really moves it around more evenly, consistently. You can kind of control it a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and, you see, even if I push ever so hard on the black, it doesn't change very easily. So what you could do is start with the blue, right? And then add a little bit of black. That's why you want to start with your lighter values and then slowly build up your darker values. So you can see the difference between these two shades. This is more blue, might have more harmony. And then you can also use your finger, clean finger, preferably, to move this around, like to push the oil into the paper and blend it very smoothly. It doesn't blend as easily. It doesn't just go everywhere. You need pressure, and it'll stay put for the most part once you get it where you want it. But pulling the oil, all the different values around each other. You see, doing that made this part a little like dirty. There's some like darker black blue in here, but it actually still has a great sense of depth. So again, with the oil pastels, you just want to push hard enough so you work the oil into the fibers of the paper. Don't mix the chalk with the oil or the oil with the chalk. Although, that being said, you could experiment with it and see what happens. But yeah, have fun, experiment, try all the different color schemes. Let's do an analogous form. Let's see, let's do blue-green. actually to transfer this monochromatic sphere into a analogous sphere. Maybe we'll just start with a fresh one. Start with a lighter value. Okay. So my lighter value on top, I'm blending down. I kind of create a gradient, and then I'm using my darker green along the bottom edge. So I'm always thinking of where's my light source? Where's my light source? You know, where's the light coming from? Where would the shadow be? The more you observe things in real life, three-dimensional, in front of you, the better you'll get at being able to just draw from your imagination and actually make it look realistic. If you haven't spent much time drawing from observation, that's where you should start if you want to increase your skill set quickly. That's green, but now I want it to be teal. A teal blue and then a blue, and then that's would be an analogous scheme because there's yellow, lime green, blue green, green, maybe blue at the end. So always using the darker, obviously the darker colors for the shadow, and then overlapping as you need to blend the forms. And then maybe I'll do a blue shadow down here. Bring some of that blue, that bright blue, back up in here, and leaving a little reflected light. There we go. Yeah, just have fun, experiment. The more you practice simple forms like this and gradients with your tools, you can apply that to drawing anything, to faces, people, to scenery. Have fun.